You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. This is your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. Yep, I'm not in my normal zone. I'm back in the basement, if you remember from a couple of years ago. It's okay, it's only for a day. I'm back in New York, helping the family out. And I happen to be in New York, and the person I'm speaking to is a fellow New Yorker. Oh my God, this dude right here, he is a comic book mover and shaker, baby. He's been rocking and rolling, doing cons, creating comics, even publishing them. Working in art and helping creators too. My God, this guy stays busy. He's the bomb. He's the man behind Philbo Entertainment Promotions, baby. Let me introduce the one, the only, the New York legend himself, Phillip Russertt, baby. How you doing?
Hey, man, what's going on? What's that?
Is it Russertt or Russertt?
Yeah, Russertt. It's Russertt, like the potato with an R in it.
All right, Russertt. There we go, man. But you ain't no.
That was a great intro, man.
You're a boss. You're a legend. Why wouldn't I? I'm excited. Especially you telling me in the green room how you started, the journey now. And folks, you're about to learn this too. Man, look at that wall too. Jesus Christ. I didn't even listen. I've had a long day and I'm excited because now I even see this art. Ooh, what is up there? I can't wait to find out. This man is already teasing us. You see, he's actually really good in the business. He knows what he's doing. He's a wild man. Big Danny in the building. What's up?
Hey, Danny.
Now, all right, Phil, let's get into it. The origin story, like I always like to know. Where you're originally from, and this is the most important question. What is the first thing in fandom overall that you first fell in love with?
So I'm a Queens-born native. Now I live in Long Island to raise kids. But from 5 years old, I was a huge Godzilla fan. Love monster movies. My first movie I was born in 1972, and the first movie I saw was Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, Hedorah. And and I just love Godzilla ever since. I own every movie. Just big. That was the first pop culture thing that I got involved in. Okay, great. So we're kind of almost the same because mine's what's Kaiju is, but it was robots like Mazinger Z. The oh yeah, I had all the Shogun Warriors growing up, the toys, the big ones. Oh yeah,
I only had the Mazinger Z, and I want that back so bad. And I saw a guy in the Northeast have one day. Dude, it was complete. But at the time, I was married, and I could not come up with an excuse to spend $350.
Dude, I had them all. Guy King and Dragoon. I had all of them. Oh, I love them, man. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, man. Where are they now?
My father got rid of them without even telling me. I was so pissed, man. I found out they were gone. I kept all my stuff, and I kept all the parts and everything. And one day,
that was the one I saw over there then. Collection. Could you imagine?
I was pissed. I even had the little die-cast metal ones, too. I was upset.
Dude, growing up, my mom would go in Brooklyn, Graham Avenue, and there were the Japanese toy vendors there selling all kinds of Japan, and that's the way you could get the bootleg Transformers and Voltron. They had those die cast, the best toy. What quality? I still have two of them at home, but nice. Missing the flying fist.
Oh yeah, they had the fist that shot. Before there was HBO, there was a thing called Wameko Home Theater, WHT, and it was a box.
What? Wait, you just blew my mind. Wait. WHT stood for what?
It was Wameko Home Theater, and it was before HBO. Yeah,
I never knew that.
And they used to play those old Shogun Warriors manga animes at 11 o'clock at night, and I just loved it. Hey, Jim.
Jim is in the building.
Jim's a great artist.
Oh, word, great. So you got to come on the show too and show off his wares eventually.
Yeah, he's really talented.
Don't be fresh now. All right, that's it. All right, so we get into kaijus and monsters. So were you growing up a geek all on your own, or did you have a tribe?
No, I was a geek all my own. As a matter of fact, when I was 9, I saw on a spinner rack Uncanny X-Men issue 115 with Sauron in the front and Wolverine swiping at Colossus. Dude, I fell in love with comics right there and then. It blew my mind, and I was a huge X-Men fan, Nightcrawler and Colossus fan ever since.
Oh, so those are your boys, period. Funny. And my intro was through Crystar, Crystal Warrior. Or Crystal.
Oh, yeah.
Airport.
I had those toys, too.
Yeah, I never got the toy, but that was my first comic on the rack. When I was at the airport, what was it, in Kennedy for Eastern Airlines? Do you remember those?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Crystar number 4 had Nightcrawler in it.
Excellent. All right, so you're a lone wolf, and then like, how did you keep into your fandom, or did you drop off over time? Like, how was that? Again, you're just a tad older than myself, so you had an earlier start than I.
Yeah, I mean, since 9 years old, I was reading comics, and ever since, I've in the last few years, I stopped reading modern comics, but I'm still a lover of comics, and I read for decades. And then, I kind of got into the industry, and then things just flowed from there. I started by running my own shows in Long Island, and
wait, how do you figure this out? Because what was the name of the show? I mean, I'm curious if I was.
So it was called the Suffolk Comic and Art Expo. And I got big names to do the show. I developed relationships collecting art over the years, as you can see behind me, with some big names. Hey, Brad. And Brad's another great artist. And so I had shows that had Jim Steranko and Adam Kubert and Barry Kitson and Scott Williams and Alex Sinclair and Mark Bagley. And so, we had great art. Yeah, we had great artist alleys, but we also really supported indies, and we mixed everybody together. So like the local guy could be sitting right next to Adam Kubert. That's how I did it. There was no small press. I mixed everybody in.
Wait, did you have community though? Because here you're building the show, but was there a local community that kind of any comic shops, or did you just see that there was an absence and you thought, fuck it?
No, there was a community, but I thought that the community needed more of a spotlight, and big names bring people in, but I mixed everybody together so that way. Like, for example, Mike Hawthorne, he did Deadpool, he did Immortal Hulk and Daredevil. He came to my show. I actually brought him out of show retirement. And a friend of mine who's a local artist in Jersey is a big fan of his. So I sat them next to each other, and they became friends. Like, you never know. You network. Maybe he does some ghost art for him, if he's not meeting deadlines or something, and it's a good way to help the indie community by bridging that gap between them and mainstream.
We need more people like this. You hear that? It ain't a competition. It's about working together, building those bridges. This is why I wanted this man on, folks. Good energy already. I already know what's going to be popping off here. All right, so you're doing shows. How long were you running the shows for, and how was that experience? Especially that first year. I'm curious how that went.
Well, my wife will tell you it's a blessing and a curse that I'm pretty fearless. I don't care. I'm not worried about looking bad or failure or any of that nonsense. I just don't want to live with regret. So I just jump into things. I mean, I'll research and I'll do things, but I jump in, I do them, and I believe you do it 100% or don't do it at all, and it was a blast. I want to get back to it. I stopped for a while because I'm focusing on publishing, but everybody's asking me when I'll get back to the shows, and I will. And I'm very organized. I'm one of these weirdos that I enjoy organizing a room, as much as the next guy would probably enjoy going and partying. Like, you give me an opportunity to organize a comic collection or files or books or whatever, and I'm a pig in slop, So, that was right up my alley to run a show. So it was really a lot of fun. I don't like the spotlight, but I like to be the quiet guy that did, I ran it, I took care of it. I don't need to shine for it. I want the product to shine,
Thank you. I heard that in conversation at a New York Comic Con. I met a gentleman, and I don't know who he was, but he just stopped me. He goes, "You know who you got to be? don't be the guy. You need to be the guy that people call, hey, can you make this happen? You gotta be this. You have to be the guy that says, give me 5 minutes. He goes, that's the guy that has the power. He goes, and they don't get the spotlight, but they get everything that they want. I'm like, okay. So be that guy. Don't be the one in the spotlight. You know, it's like you there. I get it done. That's it, bro. Don't worry about it.
I agree.
Over here. That's what I do. Bless my team. Comic Crusaders, baby, salute. Now, all right, so you're doing the show, you know, and things are winding down, but you still love comics, right? And from what I understand, you're also a creator. So, you know, talk about, you know, now navigating that lane. You know, when the hell did you fit time? Was it during show times? But I'm pretty sure that takes a lot. It's very time consuming. I can't imagine trying to do a comic book story, for example, on top of that.
Well, so I did the shows. COVID hit. I did a small show briefly after COVID, and I kind of died down to shows for a little while. So I started doing live streams. You know, with utilizing all the connections and friends I have in the industry. And then I got very sick, and it was life threatening. I was in bed for 6 weeks. I was in the hospital for over a week. I was on oxygen. It was bad, and I'd always had a great imagination and storytelling, but I was kind of intimidated by writing. So I was like, well, you know what? I mean, I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. What am I afraid of now? So I just started writing, and I wrote my flagship title, Tragedy. And the next thing I know, I wrote 13 scripts while in bed. And I was an art rep at the time. So I had one of the artists that I rep do the book, Ricardo Silva, a wonderful guy from Brazil. And from conception to in your hands in 4 months, I did the Kickstarter, hand the first book out to everybody. And I just didn't look back.
All right. So you went through Kickstarter for the first project, right? So why Kickstarter? Was that the only one available at the time? Why was it that attracted you to Kickstarter? And how was it again to also, here we are. Okay, you've done a lot, but now you're doing your own book. Holy shit. So, you know, how was that? How did that feel like in learning curves and all?
Well, you know, it's funny because as impulsive as I could be to get into something, I don't do it without having obtained knowledge. But of course, you're always learning as you go along. So I learned a lot of things about editing, and and I learned from a lot of greats, you know, Scott Hannon, some major people in the industry about editing sequentials and you know, formatting and all those things. So it is trial and error. But the first book went well because my superpower is surrounding myself with the right people. I'm very fortunate to surround myself with knowledgeable, experienced, good people with no egos. Their ego is putting out the best product, the best book, and they helped guide me along the way with the things that I needed help with. And like a team, we got that book out there, and we did over 10,000 on the first Kickstarter. It was received well. I went Kickstarter because
10 racks on the first Kickstarter, shit, bro.
Yeah, we had 230 backers or so, 220 something backers, and I was very great. I'm very humbly grateful to everybody that buys my books. People work hard for their jobs, and some people don't even like their jobs. So to spend money on what I'm doing, I'm very grateful, and I mean that sincerely. And then I did the next campaign within another 3 months and 4 months, and we put 6 books out. I've done about 15 Kickstarters since 2021, and I've got about 6 or 7. I've got 6 books of tragedy out. I've got a horror magazine. I've got the Dynamics, Withered, Arcane Syndicate, a prose book.
All these books out, but how do you bring them out?
I mean, excuse me, I fund them myself, and then I do the Kickstarter to make my money back. So, because I like to fulfill quickly. Arcane is the first book that is still being drawn after the campaign ended, only because the artist went back to college, so he kind of had to slow down.
Oh, he had to get education. Oh, man. Yeah. You already got some work killing on your plan. Yo, get out of there. I want to get into that book in a little bit. That's how I was trying to segue into Philbo, right? Because, you know, you're doing your books, right? So now you have the Philbo Publishing. Like, you know, why do your own imprint now?
So I just did the first book, but then I had all these other ideas that just started flooding. And the next thing you know, I was writing all these other titles. And I've written over 70-something scripts in the last 3 years. So while
shit.
working 7 days a week at a full-time job and being a father,
bro.
husband, and yeah, I don't sleep much.
Can
but
I
anyway.
see your other arms? I think you're hiding your other 2 arms behind you, right? They're actually writing right now.
And so because I started having all these other titles, I thought, all right, now I need to do a publishing company, because doing one book, I didn't feel warranted a publishing imprint. But now that I have several titles and more coming out, I needed to do a publishing imprint. And then the next thing I know, I started publishing people from internationally, from South America and other places, through crowdfunding. I'm publishing their books for them.
That cover here, holy shit.
Yeah, that is to a prose book, a short story book that I did. It's the only prose book I've done so far, although I'm writing a fantasy novel right now.
Damn, dude, comic books, prose, novels, shows, Jesus Christ, bro. Are you
and
sure
art
there's
repping.
a clone behind you or something? Let me see your work office. They got clones, bro. Homie, yo, I've never seen someone do so much work like this. I thought I was busy. Jesus Christ, bro.
And I don't feel like I'm doing enough. My wife thinks I'm crazy. Maybe I am.
You know what? I don't want to agree with your wife. I'm not saying you're going to be crazy. You like to keep you so busy.
I love this. I love creating worlds and characters, and I love writing, and I love the comic medium. It saved me from a rough childhood, and I'm grateful for it. And
likewise,
I want to give back. And not to sound negative, but I feel like comics have gotten away from just storytelling. There's agendas and pushes of narratives and politics and all this crap and tribalism, and I don't give a crap about any of that. I just want to put out stories that everybody can enjoy, characters you can relate to, root for. I'm a sucker for the Rocky movies and the first Captain America when he dives on the grenade, and I can do this all day long. Right? And Christopher Reeve's Superman, and I'm a cornball like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love The Boys and stuff like that, but I want heroes, man. We
want traditional heroes. We grew up in a certain era. You know what? They had good values. Nothing with having morals and some values and think about maybe something that you were doing is wrong.
Hello.
How you doing? Okay, hold on a second.
Hey, Mike. But you all know me by now. Jim, Brad, Michael. You guys know me by now.
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Big Mike, how you doing? Yeah, I'm going to be helping Mom in a little bit. But here we go. Tragedy. Now, the sequential art edition. Yo, first of all,
I'll show it to you.
This is the first story. This looks beautiful, bro.
I'll show it to you.
Uh-oh. I'll put you on the bigger screen. There we go. And you can see
this was.
Oh, this damn, bro.
11 by 17, 192 pages. It's the interior art scanned of the first 5 issues, and then the cover gallery. And I have major covers like Bill Sienkiewicz, Chris Picciolo, David Mack, Will Sprotasio. So, like, there's a Picciolo cover there.
Whoa. That looks amazing balls.
Yeah, we sold out of the first printing. How
many print runs did you do for the first?
How many books? There were 50 books on the first one. That was it. It was it's not a big run because I'm not a big name, but I didn't even think I'd sell that many.
Wow. I mean, beautiful looking book, homie. Shit. Heck yeah.
Like I said, do it right or don't do it.
Bring me some horror, baby. Diary.
I'll show you that book too.
Hey, this guy got them all, bro. Look at he pimping today. He pimping, son. Hey, look at that. Oh, nice.
It's 156 page magazine size, 5 full stories, horror. The storyboard artist from the Creep Show TV show read it, loved it, and said the last story actually disturbed them. So I'm very happy.
Oh, you made somebody from Creep Show feel this. Oh my God!
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What's up, Kenny? Shazam! Yeah, and this is a cover by Tom Mandrake, who did Spectre, Martian Manhunter. He helped co-create Black Mask, the Batman villain. He did some Batman stuff.
I had Tom Mandrake draw me a version of Bloodshot.
Yeah, he's a great guy and great artist.
He was like, "Who's Bloodshot?" I said, "This guy. I want you to do something you've never done. I want them to do indie like that so bad." He killed it. He killed it.
That's cool. Yeah, he's great. He's great.
Good people. Again, there's so many great people in the show. Ooh, bro, these covers just pops. Huh?
Yeah, and Withered is basically the reason why the world sucks is because God's not in charge. Time is actually this very powerful, malevolent being that fought God, imprisoned God, killed 4 of the 7 archangels, and it slowly satiates itself off our life essence. So the reason why we grow old and die and grow old and wither and die is because this thing is draining us and it's feeding off of us. And Joshua Brightson is a man who finds out, and he gets recruited to be an angel on his deathbed, and he's helping the angels bulk up their army again to defeat Satan and this thing and free God. So this goes into angels and demons, but at the same time, they're going to start getting desperate, and they're going to reach out to other gods, Greek gods, Egyptian gods, Indian gods. And like, you know, just imagine Satan is with Hela and Hades and the egos of who's the real ruler of hell while they're trying to fight angels and wipe them out. So it's a story of humanity. At the same time, it's fantasy, horror. It's got a lot of great elements in there. It's got family elements.
You sold me so hard on this one. This is right up my alley. I want this. And I just really love the cover, though. That yin yang right there.
Well, as a gift to anytime anybody has me on the show, I gift them a PDF of any issue they want. So I'll send you the PDF to with it if you want to read it.
Bro, you sold the shit out of that to me. Folks, are you not agree? Listen, if you guys need it, I mean, can we still buy copies at the website?
Yeah, I just want to let everybody know the website has not been updated because I can't announce it now, but something big is coming next year. When I say big, it's a game changer. People, maybe I'm debating if I should debut it on your show. But anyway, there's something big that nobody's done before in the indie comics world that I'm doing next year. It's absolutely happening. And I'm going to be announcing.
Is it going to be through Philbo?
Yes. As a matter of fact, on Black Friday, it's going to have a teaser to let you know what I'm doing. So if you check out my page on Friday, you'll see the teaser of what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, folks, you better go visit that. He's teasing. Oh, yeah, he's taking red, like biting his own lip. Like, I'm not going to say it here.
But I just want you to know that website is not updated and it's going to be altered. So I do apologize. If you do want to buy a book, it's probably easier to just Facebook DM me or Instagram DM me. Right, that's the dynamics.
That's what I was asking. So let me bring those up so that way.
Hey, Joe.
I thought I was home. I'm looking for my keyboard. I actually hit oops. Man, when you get used to doing your shit at home, you know what I mean? All right, let me take those bugs out. Stop it. Stop. I'm not logging in on this right now. How dare you? All right, so we have, yes, it is Philbo Publishing on Facebook. All right, let me share that screen real quick.
And you could go to Phillip Russertt on Facebook as well.
Yep, and it's also Philbo Publishing on Instagram. And at the stage, why is it your screen? Yo, don't you love technology?
It hates me.
It's definitely, I'm in New York, so anytime I'm here, I swear that technology just, New York wants to figure out a way to stress me out. So first, And now it's gonna be technology. I mean, that's what it wants to do. It's okay. And there we go with the Instagram. Keep up to date. Ooh, look at the try. Oh, I like that right there too. Hey, all right. And then we got also the Facebook. So make sure. All right.
Also, real quick,
that's where I met the big homie. Hey, right there. All right.
I also want to make a quick shout out. Hot Flips has a monthly show this Sunday, December 1st. I will be at Hot Flips. It's in Babylon, 22 Grove Place. It's a great show, one-day show for comic collectors, art fans, etc. So go check it out. I'll be there if you want to come stop by or buy some books.
Ooh, nice. I was staying that long. I gotta head back, to Mass and do my thing out there.
Yeah.
A lot more podcasts lined up, and I even have one tomorrow on pre-Thanksgiving Eve because I'm here to support.
Oh boy,
Nice. Now, it's all about being, flexible and dynamic. Talk to me about the dynamics.
So the dynamics is kind of like Power Pack, The Incredibles, all mixed together. It's based on my family with superpowers. It has humor, family dynamics of a family with dynamic abilities. So it's fun, it's family friendly, but it like a Pixar movie, adults can enjoy it too while you're with your kids. So like if you want to get your kid into reading comics, this is the comic to read with them because it's got action and superhero fun and humor and family, family themes, but at the same time there's nothing you're going to have to, it's not going to raise any flags or questions from your kids that you got to answer. So it's a good way to get them into comics.
Thank you. We need that.
And Kenny,
some very disturbing books in school.
I know, and they slip stuff in, and then you're like, "Whoa!" Now I got to explain this to my kid. By the way, the cover is done by Kenny Calderon, who's in the chat. I don't know if he's still there. He said Shazam. He did the cover.
Hey, bro,
so shout out to Kenny.
Yeah, but you got to come onto this show. Now, you said this is kind of loosely based on your family, so I'm assuming that you own a dad bod shirt like that.
Well, here's the funny thing. I'm a big Rush fan, music-wise, and originally Kenny put a Rush shirt on there, but because of copyright, I couldn't do it. So he changed it to Dad Bod, which I thought was great because, I got a bit of a belly. So,
hey, man, we look sexy. Don't you worry. Dad Bod is sexy, man. That's the new Mr. Universe, all right?
I know, right? Pear shape is in, baby.
Hell yeah, bro. Shit, the bigger the pair, you know what I mean, ladies? Hey. All right, the dynamic sounds fun. I like that too. This is what we need. We need these family-friendly books where we could enjoy as family with our kids. Hey, check this out, kids, or let's read them together, as you say. I like that, man. Again, go ahead on your shoulders to even think about that. There goes that book you were talking about. Who's the colorist? Because that shit pops, bro.
So Mauro Zapata did those colors. Ian Churchill is one of my favorite artists of all time. Is the artist, and Ian actually just recolored it. And they both look amazing. I work with, like I said, I'm very fortunate. I surround myself with the best talent, like Kenny. I'm the one who's going to get all the credit because I'm the publisher, writer, creator. But all it is stuff in my head if it's not for these people. The Kenny Calderons of the world. And even Jim O'Reilly, he did a tragedy cover for the first tragedy issue. And, the letterers and the inkers and the artists and the colorists, I'm the quarterback who's getting all the credit, but they're the linemen and the receivers that are making me look like a star. So shout out to them. My sincere thank you to everybody that I get the great honor and privilege to work with.
And on Thanksgiving week, folks, you see that truly grateful for his team, like I am for mine, and the people that support and watch. Much love, for spreading love, baby, right there on Thanksgiving week. Shit, that's the only tragedy is that we can't help everybody at once, right? But
that's true.
Great looking book.
Oh, by the way, Charles Santino's in the audience. He has a 10-page preview story he wrote for Marvel in the 90s in this horror magazine. So if you're a fan of Charles Santino's writing, he's got a story in here. You should check it out.
Ooh, all these guys watching, if you got stuff out, man, we got to talk. Let's go. I'll pimp you out, and I don't even take 10% like that normal. I'm nice like that. And look at that, you got those trade paperbacks. What are we talking about here? Ooh.
So that is the first 5 issues collected in one volume, which is the first story arc. It's 224 page. It's got added fan art, and it's got an intro written by Chuck Dixon, who wrote Nightfall and Batman and Tim Drake Robin. Because he thought it was, Tragedy's been reviewed well by Peter David, Howard Mackey, and Chuck Dixon. So that's like being an aspiring actor, and Morgan Freeman and Tom Cruise are are raving about how good you are.
So just so they know, who's Morgan Freeman and who's the other homie?
Yeah. Just some guys that act,
Yeah, but I'm a big David Mack fan. Fuck yeah, bro, that cover's fire.
Yeah, and I have the original art to all of them, and I love them. Yeah, I get the original art to everything I do.
And you got the legendary Bill Sienkiewicz as well. Shit. Bro.
Yeah, and that's colored by Alex Sinclair, Jim Lee, known to be Jim Lee's colorist. So.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, bro, my man pulling these names, bro. But that back cover, I love how the blood is, Tragedy is written in blood and all.
Yeah.
And broken. She looks dope, man. That cover is that one is very curious making for real. You're like, what the fuck? Babe Charles was popping.
Hey, Charles. Charles has a book coming out, Cold Cutter #4. He's a good guy. If you like noir crime drama, check out Charles' campaign coming up soon. Charles is a good guy.
People love everything. Our people love comic books and creators. Come on down, guys. I'm telling you, yo. My man got the link. You need it. You know what you got to do. Just follow and DM me, PM me. All right, slide into those things, but don't you be.
Yeah, they'll all be great guests for you if you have room. All of them.
And now we're gonna get into that most recent bad boy right here. Boom, right? Woo! There we go. That you had recently, right? And right now. Folks, it says it right there. It was, get out of here. It was successfully funded on the 1st, but you can still late pledge for available rewards. That's the Kickstarter link right there. You know what? Let's jump into this video real quick, right?
Sure.
And then we'll go ahead and discuss what this book is all about. Y'all ready, people? Let's go. Yo, to see my man from Phantom of the Opera, you're shredding on guitar like that shit look crazy. What is popping off with this book, baby? And even before that, a salute to 136 backers that are supporting independent comics and publishing.
Thank you. Yes.
2,500, and my homie got 5,573, baby. Listen, we still got time to get more. So we're gonna learn all about this right now and how you can get involved. Let's go. What's up, Phil? Talk about it.
Yes, thank you to all the backers. So I like to create my own characters, but I came up with these ideas that really would have only worked with these classic monsters. So I decided, since they're public domain, well, one of them's not yet, but as I altered them a little, so I'm safe. Anyway, so I decided to write this, and the funny thing is, I surround myself with people that are brutally honest, because I don't want to be that guy that sucks and nobody's telling me the truth, right? So,
thank you. That's facts. A real friend would tell you, you know what, homie, that shit is trash.
Yes. No, honesty is the greatest respect you can show someone. I mean, do it with tact, but it's the greatest respect. And
don't say what I said, because that may lead.
And my wife was like, I don't know if you should use them, but then she read the script and she's like, oh my God, this is really good. This is like tragedy level, really good. So, basically, and I promise you, this is a totally different take on these monsters than you've ever seen before. I know we've seen Marvel and DC do their versions, the Commandos and all that. This is not like that. So, yes, they are a government-sanctioned team that fights supernatural threats to the world, but I have plot lines that are totally different. Like, Frankenstein's monster is a descendant of Frankenstein who was dying of cancer, and through black magic and science, he transplanted his brain into this monster, so he's smart and leads the team. There are Vlad the Impaler, Nosferatu, and Dracula exist in this world, and they all think the others are imposters. So there's a vampire war coming. And Nosferatu are very feral. Vlad are like knights in Romania, and they're very organized military. And Count Dracula feels he's superior to everyone. So you're wondering, why is he with this team? What's his ulterior motive, which you'll find out.
You sound like he would be a Starscream character.
Yeah, he's actually more like a Magneto, where he's arrogant and he thinks he's better than you because he is better than you. Okay. But he's always, he's like a Doctor Doom Magneto type.
Yeah.
The Invisible Man, you don't know if he's on the side of the government because the government seems a little shady, or is he for the team? Is he a double agent? The Phantom of the Opera.
He's invisible. You don't know, right?
Exactly. The Phantom of the Opera has that guitar that, with help created, it creates spells if you play it properly, and he can do spells through it.
Musical musician. Yeah, okay.
Now imagine also one of the vampires gets the Book of the Dead, and now can control all the undead, and vampires are undead. Imagine. If you ever saw the original Frankenstein 1931 film, he drowns a little girl unintentionally. Well, imagine that little girl comes back as a vengeful spirit and possesses the other monsters to try to kill Frankenstein.
Oh.
Imagine they fight the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Yeah, I mean, Ooh. Dude, I got stuff that you have never seen done before. I am really proud of this. I'm really proud of the writing. The art, David River is the artist. He is killing it. And February Ferdian is the colorist. He's killing it. George Medina is the letterer. I mean, I'm really hyped about this book. I can't wait to get it done and in everybody's hands. David's doing the last 8 pages now.
I mean, these covers, bro. But this one, I need this as the poster.
Yeah.
That's a poster. To see those 3 different vampires grouped together.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, the page that I have it on there, the page that has Vlad's introduction, he's on his throne. It might be my favorite page of any book I've ever done. David his facial expressions match the dialogue. I love the dialogue. I love the colors. It's just phenomenal. I mean, this has horror elements. It has superhero action elements. It has fantasy elements, science fiction elements. It's got humor. I mean, it's
I love you mentioned Marvel DC earlier. They have their versions, but just giving a look, you're already leaps and miles beyond what they're doing.
Thank you. That's a compliment. Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you. That's a real compliment. I appreciate that.
Yeah, F them, bro. Indie, bro. Look at this. This shit just pops. It's just so impressive. Holy.
And you got to
see a page like this, like boom, and then look at this coloring, the panel placement, bro. Fucking candy, bro.
Man. David is,
and look at this. The panel within the panel feels like a fucking movie sequence right there.
Yeah, no, he's killing it. And this next page, I just love this page, from colors to dialogue to with Vlad and his group. I mean, that's the introduction of Vlad. And if you read the dialogue, I'm proud of it, and his facial expressions, and Vlad is nasty.
And it looks like an old school 80s book type page with all, so many word bubbles, thank goodness. The only thing missing are thought bubbles, which I saw there was an interesting conversation recently about that.
I saw that.
There was some thought bubbles. It's true.
And I have them.
Some new books.
I have them in Tragedy. There were thought bubbles in Tragedy issue 1.
Wow. And what happened? The disappearance of the thought bubble.
Balloons, I should say. They're not bubbles. Yeah.
Balloons,
If I say bubbles, Howard Mackey will kill me.
Mackey,
he goes, "They're not bubbles."
On the show, I will never use that again if you come on the show.
Yeah, I said bubble one day. He yelled at me. He goes, "They're balloons. They're not bubbles." I was like, "Sorry."
Oops. Oh, look at this black and white. I love black and white art. This shit looks so good.
I was showing some of the pages that haven't been colored yet, but they're in February's hands right now. He's coloring them. That's Dr. Frankenstein's descendant finding out he's dying of cancer. And he turns down the chemo treatment because he knows what he's going to do. And you'll see subsequent pages where he transplants his brain into the monster.
So basically, Frankie, as we know him, no longer exists. This is, even though same looking Frankie, it's a new Frankie.
Yes, and he's intelligent.
Gotcha. But they got his a nice fresh brain this time.
Yes. And him and Dracula are constantly at odds. Dracula feels superior, like he should be leading. He doesn't take kind to commands from somebody else. So there's tension between them. There's team dynamics going on here. There's fleshing out characters, So I'm excited.
I see what's happening there. Very cool. That. Oh, bro. Madness right here. Look at this.
Yeah, and they've got modern technology. Like they have their own type of Quinjet type of plane. They are government sponsored, so they have technology at their disposal. But we don't get away from the classic monster roots. No matter what's going on in the world, it's still these monsters in that world.
And I see what's going on here. If this one panel doesn't explain what you just said about that tension, look at homie's face. Homie's serious. Like, what's your problem, dude?
Dude, I'm telling you, David River did a wonderful job of interpreting the tonality and the emotions of the dialogue. I put dialogue on my script so the artists understand how much room they need for dialogue, as well as what the tone is.
Yeah, and it's so I love that because again, when they say that art, it's just art without the words. Listen, everything matters, but yes, you can actually, sometimes just if an artist could capture those moments in their artistry without words. I mean,
just look at that panel of Invisible Man tapping his forehead. Invisible Man is wisecracking in that panel, and you can see it in his face through the bandages.
Yeah, right there.
That's what David River brings.
I got you, boy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, David is just a phenomenal talent. I just can't say enough about him.
Yeah, bro. I mean, everything, their faces, everything emotes well, bro. Jesus Christ, yo, you built a hell of an effing team here, bro. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm very, very, very grateful to all of them. They're hardworking.
Right here too. Talking about emotions, you could tell what an ego he's an
yes.
asshole. Right in this one panel, you can tell what an asshole he is.
Yes, he's got that ego. Yes, absolutely. And by the way,
team, like, ew.
And I've been called the cliffhanger king, and I continue cliffhangers. And I've written the first 5 scripts of this book, and each one ends with a cliffhanger that makes you go, "Oh man, I want to find out what happens." So I like the cliffhanger at the end of this book, this issue. I think you will too, but you got to pick it up to find out.
So talk about so we're talking about that people could still get involved, right? You said it was funded, but late pledge still available, right? So what are we talking about? Like, what's popping? Explain that.
So the same way Indiegogo has their on-demand or in-demand, Kickstarter now has late pledge, where even though the campaign is funded and it's over, if you wind up coming across it late, you can still pledge and get on it. And they don't wait the whole month to send me the money. They collect your money right away, and in a week or two, I get the money, and then I can add you to the fulfillment and send it out. We have Arcane Syndicate, we have Withered, we have Diary of Dread, we have the Monster Pack, which you get all 3 of those, and we have the Tragedy Trade paperback if you're interested. So we don't have everything that Philbo does, but we have a lot of the major titles on here. So there's something for everybody.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
And I really
a t-shirt too, bro. Right there, that's a t-shirt and a nice smoky gray t-shirt. You put this image, fuck yeah, bro.
It's funny that you said that because I have a campaign coming up and I'm going to be adding t-shirts. And yes, this is going to be on a t-shirt.
On the gray t-shirt, it has to be like that charcoal gray. Holy fuck, bro. That shit was smashed on the charcoal gray.
Yeah, man. I'm going to give options as far as color and size. So,
yeah, bro. I mean, and look at how sexy those covers are for Arcane that we've been showing off. Like, yeah, these are things you can get, folks. And listen, it's the holidays. So kick in for someone and say, yo, I just kicked in for you the dopest book ever. You know what I mean? So this is a great gift. And not just this, of course, I mean, you could throw in there, but also, not just the website, I know it's non-functional, he was saying, but go visit the socials, all right? Philbo _ publishing, right?
Yes.
So Philbo _ publishing on either Facebook or Instagram. If you're interested in any books, just please give my man a DM. Slide into those DMs, all right?
Also, just so you know,
box. What?
Yeah, on the campaign we have mystery boxes limited to 7, and each mystery box you get a metal print, a cover variant, a surprise cover variant. You get a foil variant, surprise, random, and you get an original 9x12 inked piece of art by Kenny, which you can see there, any one of those. And it's a surprise, it's random. So if you buy the box, you get a piece of art, original art, and the other items, and it's a surprise. You won't know what you're getting, but you'll get something good.
Hey, I mean, many of us would have wished that too, make mine a virgin, but hey, how do you do that here? I'm sorry.
You're good, man. If you knew my sense of humor, you believe me, it's no problem.
But I love this, folks. I mean, look at that right there. All right, art by Kenny Calderon. Oh, look at that magic! Holy shit!
Yeah, if you want an art commission, you can get an 11x17 full body inked and with a background by Kenny for I think $250, which is a steal if you know what art prices are these days. And those are samples of what Kenny does.
I'm digging. That says Starscream. I didn't even know that was there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Right there. Oh my God. Hold me the Silverhawk, son.
Yeah. And Kenny's available for projects if anybody's interested in getting them on your book or covers or commissions. Reach out to him.
Bro, look at that shit. Hell yeah. Fire, son. Fire. Firework. You come on, support our indie creators out there. Look, there's things that were still alive. There goes the big woman right there. There goes David River. There goes Jorge. Oh, I know my man Jorge, of course, bro.
Yep.
Man, I always went into all the cons in New York and the Northeast. He's everywhere. I think he's following me sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, he's George is one of the good ones in the industry. I love that dude.
Yo, look at that. Listen, Kenny, we're pimping you and not charging you. My man Kia right there again says, Kenny's amazing with every penny, baby. Hey,
let me tell you something. Kenny did the interiors to my tragedy manga.
Oh, tragedy manga. Oh, check that out, son.
Yo, you have no idea. Kenny blows it out of the water. Look at, just real quick, I'm sorry, just to give you an idea what this man can do. Look at this.
Look at that banner out of there. Oh my God. Look at that. Woo!
Yeah, so we have issue 1 of the tragedy manga available, and Kenny was the artist in it, and he's just killing it. I'm telling you, hire him.
Folks, hire him and then make him unhireable almost for the big homie over here. I mean, but that's a good thing.
Don't take him from me, though.
No, they're gonna listen, man. Loyalty still matters, folks. And at least I know I'm a loyal person. I'll never leave the person that helped me. That's what I'll definitely do. All right. I hope
Kenny's been loyal. Kenny's been a loyal friend. He may work with me. He may be work for hire, but he's also a friend. He's in my circle, man. He's a good man.
I start thinking fucking assassins and mercenaries. This sounds
well, he's killing it with those pages.
Hey! Throwing them puns, baby. What up? I think he's a good pun. Let's go. Because he's punishing the conventions. He's punishing them creators, everybody. Giving that goodness, baby. Laying it down. Ooh, with that firepower. Yo, Kenny, man, Kenny, you're a boss. Your artistry is crazy. But yo, Phil, you are a darn boss, bro. Holy shit.
Thanks.
Yeah, a big salute to you, for real, supporting, independent creators, the comic book industry. And I understand what you meant too. The comics helped us when we were young. And this is why we do what we do now, for this, why not? And they helped us, and then we could help others, in this journey. That's what we're placed here for, I feel. So I'm happy to have run into you at the con and met you and have this wonderful conversation and see all these dope things you're doing, seeing all these amazing creators here. Oh shit, bro! It's Kenny Father 18, bro. He might be instead of Mr. T, he's Mr. C. We gotta get him a mohawk, in the C, Mr. C. Because you do look like a Hannibal. So
I love it when a plan comes together.
Oh shit, bro! There we go, bro. Philbo Publishing or entertainment. However you want to put it down, that's the new 18 right there. Right? Phil's gonna pull up in the black van with a red stripe at the next convention, folks, and scare the shit out of everybody and come up with this amazing artistry.
That's funny.
But instead of chains for Kenny, since he's the artist, it should be like chains of pencils and markers, not gold.
Yeah. Well, he slings it all, man. Not just pencils and markers. That man will draw with anything.
Hey, there we go. Yo, Kenny, you've been pimped like never before, I think, on this show right now. All right, so let's get it done, folks. All right, Kenny, do you have a website? Throw it on there. That way I could put it on screen, or let us know where they could DM you or hit you up at. All right, so real quick before we go. Now, Phil, as we wait for Kenny to do all that type of good stuff, talk about back to you. Conventions, is it that's it? Con season over for you? Anything planned for 2025 or the rest of the year? What's going on?
So conventions are up in the air right now because of my big thing coming next year. But I am, like I said, this Sunday, December 1st at the Hot Flip Show in Babylon. Come check that out. I do that every month, actually. And just on Black Friday, go to Phil Russertt's Facebook page or any one of my pages and go see what's about to happen.
Yeah. And my man, he started there. He stopped himself again. I don't know if you guys noticed that. That thing's gonna happen on Friday. Big thing. Bite my lip.
I'm so freaking excited.
At what time is this going up? Because you got me goddamn excited. And I gotta like tune in and put that shit on my fucking calendar. Like, all right, what time?
I'm not sure. I'll probably put it on the morning. I've been off social media for about a month, just kind of taking a little break, recharging my battery because next year is going to be balls to the wall, man. I mean, there are some people that know what's coming, and some people might not understand the magnitude of what's coming, but it's coming, and it's going to be big. Like I said, no one in the indie community has ever done this before on this level, and I'm either going to go down in flames or I'm going to go down in history, and we're going to find out.
Well, we're going to find out that you will go down in history, and please, after that announcement, let's reschedule so we can talk about all these big plans for 2025 with that project you got going on. Maybe bring some of your team on over if you want to have them on.
Thank you. That'd be awesome.
I'll wear my feathered hat next time and we'll be all good. All right, but my man, you've been an amazing guest. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, talking about your journey, and everything that you've done for indie. To all you guys that tuned in, I appreciate you. Please check out my man's website, even though it's not updated yet, but hopefully starting 2025 it will, right? Website's important still, not just social, right? So philboentertainment.com. Check out that Kickstarter. And make it rain, bro. The wonderful Christmas present right here for the geek in your life. So go to Kickstarter, right? Look up these projects, right? Arcane Syndicate. It's 2-1. You're going to see your favorite monsters like you've never seen them before, baby. And that's the real problem. Listen, Marvel DC, when they say it's a game changer, yeah, only a game changer for 2 or 3 issues, then it goes back to the fucking norm. No. When this man does the game changer, it changes the game on the wild way. And there we go. Kenny finally woke up. But if you want to follow Kenny, hit him up. Because again, he's been pimped out so much over here. Check him out. At wild_inks with an X_Ken or wild_ink studios. No, that's on Instagram. You can also check out his portfolio on behance.net/wild inks. And again, that's INX, baby. All right. He killing it. So check out Kenny. Show that love. The way that Phil kept him, I hope for you getting 15-20% at least.
Well, I used to rep him before I quit being an art rep, and I only rep.
Well, you said rep him. Thank God you said art rep. I was about to say, huh?
Yeah. No, I believe in him, and the only reason why I had to step away from art repping is because I just have too much on my plate. But if I ever get back to it, if Kenny wanted me back, I'd be back. He's one of the good ones to work with. I highly recommend. You want a professional reference, you come get me.
There we go, folks. Coming from the man, the legend himself, all right? Listen, that's a recommendation right there. So thank you, everybody that tuned in. Appreciate the crap out of you. This is what you got to do. You can follow me at TheRealAlMega, just about on every social platform, all right? Then you can follow my family, my amazing, amazing family, the Comic Crusaders at comiccrusaders.shop. Comic Crusaders just about everywhere except YouTube, where it's Comic Crusaders World, because we're a whole world of a family, all right? So show the love, please follow. And have a great one. Appreciate you guys. Hasta la próxima, mi gente. ¡Huepa! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercase.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.